Welcome to my high voltage hustle.
Oh my god, 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 oh my god.
You'll see me bid on my parts car. And you'll see this gorgeous mini truck come alive. Well, before you start tearing it apart, stop. I'm Bailey. I'm an educator, builder, and DIYer. And in this series, you'll join me as I rip apart a Nissan Leaf and install its electric powertrain into a 79 Datsun mini truck. I've wired a lot of powertrains, but this will be my first EVSwap from start to finish. Come watch me learn as I go and laugh at my mistakes. So plug in, grab some popcorn, and join the hustle. Hi, I'm Bailey with High Voltage Hustle, and in this video we are working through tearing down the 2019 Nissan Leaf that I'm going to use as my parts car for my gas to electric repower. We're going to go through how to drop out the motor out of the Nissan Leaf. So let me go ahead and grab the camera and zoom in a little bit on what we're going to do and talk about what we're up to today. All right, what is next now that the radiator is out? I need to start removing all of this wiring harness. Basically, I'm preparing everything in the hood area to get ready to drop that motor. So I'm gonna basically just try to clear it out. So all those harnesses can't be attached to the motor anymore. If you take a look up here, I've kind of got all my 12-volt stuff and a bunch of fuse boxes, so I'm gonna work on getting all of those out of the engine bay. I'm starting to take off like the inner side panels, mud flappy things, and then over here on this side, now the high and low lines are gonna be kind of a bitch because there's 6 of them, so I need to follow that line and make sure that I disconnect that stuff. But I'm hoping maybe I can leave this spaghetti mess here and drop the motor out. So that's the goal, because I think it might be a little bit easier, but I'm gonna work on getting all of the harnesses and everything else out of the way. And then when we are ready for dropping the motor, I have fashioned this awesome furniture dolly. So really just 2 dollies screwed together that I think the motor, it says it's rated for 1,000 pounds each. Look at this, 1,000-pound capacity hardwood dolly, and there's 2 of them. So hopefully that will be enough for the motor to sit on. Fingers crossed, we'll see how I do. Wish me luck. Okay, I can leave the spaghetti mess of the low and high lines for the most part, but I need to get that off. So if I come down, I know that might be hard to see. If I come underneath, I can disconnect this guy right here. And the last one is, see way back there, I've got to make sure that that line is disconnected. And can I get in there? There is, oh, right there. There it is. So that's the 3rd one. So I've got to disconnect those 3. And then all of the spaghetti mess of the high and low lines will be disconnected from the motor. Might be a bitch. I might end up taking this off too, just so that it has a little bit more flexibility to move around out of the way. So I might take this guy off too. So we shall see. Taking stock of what is still left to disconnect, I think we all know about the hula hoop method, that I should imagine I'm putting a hula hoop around the motor and nothing should get in the way. So I still need to remove the motor mounts, which of course I'll do last. And I see I have the axles, the brake lines, and the main wiring harness yet to remove. Sure if I'll need this full harness intact, but I want to upcycle as much as I can. Maybe I'll reuse this nice beefy connector, or maybe I'll look back at this footage when I'm wiring later. Documentation is the love letter to your future self, after all. Alright, so still on my journey of clearing out the wiring harness. I got all of the 12-volt stuff out of the way and all of the PEM stuff out of the way. Now you can see this big honkin' harness that probably goes around to the back side of the motor over there. So I need to use this connector right here to disconnect it. And you can see it's kind of got like a lever, a plastic lever that will probably release it, and maybe see some, oh, there you go, maybe see some pinch points on the side that I'll use to like safety latches for that lever. But let's see if I don't, of mice and men disconnector. Wish me luck. Kind of hard to film in here, but the next step is to remove the steering column. Next up is the struts. So you can see on either side there that there are 3 bolts holding each of the struts in place. So all I got to do is remove those and we are just about ready. All right, next order of business is dealing with the actual support mounts. So first I'm going to remove any mounts that are not structural, that are just in the way, to make it a little bit easier for me to drop out the motor. And then what I'm going to do next is get the Leaf close to the ground just in case, and then test to make sure that the size of my very legitimate furniture dolly will allow it to sit on there. So just testing that that's going to work just fine and that it's in the right placement. And then I'm going to lift the car back up and then just slowly loosen all of the support mount bolts. I'm not going to undo any of them while I'm underneath of it, but I am going to loosen them up so that when I am closer to the ground, it's easier to remove them. So here I go. Now you'll notice that I called my dad in to help me with this. Remember, this is hundreds of pounds of components that I'm going to be dropping out of this car. So safety first, always important to have the buddy system. So now we're going to lower it onto the furniture dolly. And now that I have all of those bolts loose, we're going to go ahead and undo them so it just sits right on the dolly nice and safely. Of course, Sensei comes over and does a final inspection of my work and immediately notices that I did not follow the hula hoop rule and I still have all my brake lines connected. So thanks for noticing, friend. Let's get those disconnected. Yes, proud builder moment. Do you know that this is my first time ever dropping an entire motor assembly out of a car? First time for everything. So now that it's out, remember that the only thing that I really want from all of this is the motor, the inverter, and the PDM. Maybe I'll use the transmission and maybe I'll reuse some of those mounts. So I'm just gonna tear everything apart because I don't need those disc brakes, I don't need the struts, I don't need all those support mounts. So I'm just gonna disassemble everything, and remember, definitely using motor inverter PDM. Maybe we'll use the support mounts and maybe we'll use the transmission. So just gonna keep harvesting. Watch me panic run as I realize I didn't drain the transmission fluid and it is now going all over the floor. So if I figured I'm thinking about donating this vehicle, things like those disc brakes, the struts, all of those things I'm not going to use. So I'm going to reinstall them back in the car. And then of course I'm going to put the wheels back on because it's just easier to transport and move this scrap vehicle around if they're on. Of course it doesn't have the axles or steering assembly, but at least it can roll around. Just overshot just a smidge. Thanks for watching. If you like my EVSwap content, please come back next week where I'm gonna make a total fool of myself as I completely fight with the Nissan Leaf dash to remove the PTC heater. And then of course, if you like this content, give me a thumbs up. Smash that subscribe button because I love what I'm doing and love to hear what you think. Also, I respond to all my comments. So like throw questions that you have in the bottom of the videos and I am happy to share my expertise with you. Thank you.
Whoa.